talk to Benjamin Elks. He's a spokesman for the Taxpayers Alliance. Benjamin, thank you for this, for chatting to me today. It's just outrageous. The cost of living is going up. Do you believe the Prime Minister when he says we're all going to be £500 better off soon?
First of all, thank you very much for having me on this afternoon, Peter. I think, quite simply, no, I don't believe him. And as you rightly say, water bills are going up, energy bills are going up, the cost of the weekly shop is going up, council tax bills are going up. And so this is a really difficult time for people across the country. There are people who are struggling to make ends meet, being asked to hand over more and more just to fund a government that refuses to get its spending under control.
Yeah, and I mean, is the government at fault here? Are there global factors that are at fault? We're hearing tomorrow about Donald Trump. We're going to talk about it a bit later on the programme in regard to the fact that these tariffs may be coming and may put our bills up even further.
I think primarily, actually, it is a problem with our own government. We spend as a country around £1.2 trillion every year. Since Labour came to office, they embarked on a massive spending spree, whether that was through public sector pay rises or things like GB Energy. And at the same time, they've then dipped into the pockets of taxpayers and said, you need to hand over more. You might be struggling, but we want to pay for this, so you need to give up more of your money.
I want to talk about some people who are not feeling the pinch, people who are on the Town Hall Rich list. This has been produced by the Taxpayers Alliance. These are people running local government, and many people, including me, have had an increase in their council tax. I think mine was 4.3%, something like that. It was certainly between 4 and 5% anyway, and I certainly felt the increase there. The largest bonus was given to the Chief Executive of Edinburgh International Conference Centre, which is a man called Marshall Dallas, who received £51,000 in a bonus in 2023-24. That's more in a bonus than most people earn in a year. The average salary in this country is about £36,000. So Marshall Dallas presumably putting on absolutely brilliant conferences. If you want a conference and you want it to be a good conference, go to Edinburgh, because there's 50 grand's worth of bonus for Marshall there. Some of these salaries are eye-watering. Castle Point in the east of England, not even the chief executive, the strategic director brackets resources, Chris Mills, is on £565,000 a year. In the northwest, John Reedman, who's the interim director of children's services, £364,000. And the biggest remuneration package, Glasgow's chief executive. It pays to be in one of these positions if you're in Glasgow or Edinburgh. There's plenty of money sloshing around there. Anne-Marie O'Donnell, £567,317 a year. That is what she earns for running Glasgow. That's about, 4 times as much as the Prime Minister? Maybe not quite as much as that, at least 3 times anyway. Why do these people have such ridiculously high salaries?
That's a very good question. So yes, this is the Town Hall Rich List that we produce every year. We document every council employee who receives over £100,000 in a single year, and this year was a bumper record. It was a record year. We had 3,906 council employees receiving over 100 grand. Now, like most of your listeners, I imagine I don't earn anywhere near that amount. And yet, like you, I've also seen my council tax bill go up. And at the same time, you see sort of, bins going uncollected, potholes not being...
Look at Birmingham. Look at the fact that there's a dispute there. It is a public health emergency in Birmingham because people aren't collecting the bins. And there's so many people who watch and listen to this station, people who ring me all the time, Benjamin, who say, I'm paying all this money out, I don't know what I'm getting back. I really, my bins are collected every 2 weeks if you're lucky. They're terrible potholes. There are all sorts of problems. You try to ring the council, you're on hold for a long time to do basic things. And councils are under pressure because they've got a lot of social care to do and so on. That's about half of what councils do these days. But most people don't access social care. And so many people working really hard, paying more money out, higher than the rate of inflation, most of these bills going up, including in Scotland. In the Shetland Islands, for example, council tax bills have gone up by something like 16%. Everywhere in Scotland, it's a minimum of 8% has gone up. I mean, I'm not sure. I do wonder how these people actually look at themselves in the mirror. I wonder how Anne-Marie O'Donnell looks at herself in the mirror and says, do you know what? Glasgow is just a great place. It's absolutely brilliant, and I definitely deserve £567,317 a year.
Yeah, again, another great question. Look, I don't know how people manage that at all. As we say, whenever councils are asked to make savings, they always go after the things that people actually rely on. Rather than getting their own houses in order, rather than looking at their excessive pay packets or the packages that they're offering out to employees, they say, no, we'll keep our stuff, thanks. We're going to come after you. You're going to pay us more. And you know what? We're going to do a bit less for the privilege of it. So, yeah.
Benjamin, thank you for your thoughts. Benjamin Elks there, spokesman for the Taxpayers Alliance.